Welcome to the Swedish Maker. This week I'm doing a review of this smart vise. So you might have seen me building my workbench a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't build or have any vise on it. So I got this smart vise from Sjöbergs, it's a Swedish company, and it's a mobile vise, really. So it actually fits in the box it came in, and that's great. So I can put it in the box and take it with me. And this is what it looks like. So it's a really simple construction, really. You could build this with a vise if you already have the hardware for a vise. And this comes unassembled, so you have to assemble some of the pieces, but it's actually put in the box the way it's supposed to be assembled. And it also comes with instructions, of course. And it also comes with these tiny bench dogs that, well, they're kind of tiny. And I actually drew one of these up in Fusion 360 so that I can print one of these if I ever lose them. And according to Sjöbergs, they are indestructible. I think I could prove them wrong on that point, but I'm not going to try to. The way this works is you put it on the tabletop, and there are two dowels on the bottom right here, and you push it and they will sit against the workbench. It sits kind of good like this, but I am clamping it down to my workbench like this. And there are actually holes right here, so you can screw it down with bolts if you want to. But I haven't done that yet, but I might do that in the future if I just realize that I want to keep it somewhere. So the downside with this is you have to have it near a corner so that you can clamp it on both sides. And once you have it clamped, it's really dependent on the workbench, so I haven't locked the wheels on the workbench. So when it's clamped down, it's really tight. It won't move. So the gap, if you want to put something in this gap, it's about 4.5 inch wide, so about 11 centimeters. And the top here is actually made from veneer and MDF. But I still haven't had any issues with it. It looks really fine, actually. So there's a link in the description to the bench dogs that I drew in Fusion 360 if you want to print them. And if you want to get the smart vise, there's a link in the description to Amazon as well. And I'm not sponsored by them, even though I'm Swedish. I wish I was. So the company Sjöbergs is a Swedish company, and they have been making workbenches for about 90 years. And this vise actually comes with a 10-year guarantee. I think that most Swedes have at some point in their life been using Sjöbergs workbenches in school or somewhere. So I have to say that the only downside I have found so far is actually that it has to be mounted in a corner. To be clamped down and to be really sturdy. That's really the only downside I have found with this. There is actually a pro version of this as well. I am not sure exactly what the differences are, but when I was looking at the specs for this, I realized this would do perfectly in my workshop. Alright, that's about it. This was a short review of this smart vise, but I really like it and I had to show it off. And to give you a short update on the workshop, this is a reminder of what it looked like before I started renovating it. I mean, it was such a mess, and I have to say it's still kind of a mess. I haven't fixed all the parts of this workshop, but I'm slowly getting there. So you might have seen the tool board that's hanging behind me, which I made in one video, and also the sub counter, which is on the wall. You might barely see it, but it's on there. And over in this corner, I have the bandsaw, which is yet to be totally calibrated, but I've done some cutting on it and resawing, and it's working really good. I also put a monitor and a simple computer just to be able to watch YouTube while I'm working. And on the other side I have the drill press and a cabinet, which I am going to use for all the drill bits in the future. But what's still on the floor is all of my wood. So on this wall over here I'm going to make some kind of scrap wood storage. And I'm also going to build a cart for my planer and thicknesser, which is currently just standing on the floor over there. So I have some things left to do before it's a finished working workshop. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!